Known as the boat of the desert, the camel is an essential tool and a faithful companion for those who travel through the desert all year long. The camel's popularity in the desert has something to do with its ability to withstand drought and heat. So, what is it about road camels that makes them so drought tolerant? Camels are how many nomads survive in the desert. Camels were tamed thousands of years ago and used as important pack animals. Camels can travel more than 30 kilometers a day in the heat and lack of water. At the same time, the milk, meat and skin of the road camel are useful to humans. The camel's anatomy is well adapted to the heat and drought of the desert. Camels have long limbs, 2 toes branching out, soft and broad feet, with broad elastic fibrous pads on the sole of the feet, which are conducive to walking on flat and soft sand or snow. It has 6 horny pads on its elbows, knees and front chest so that when resting, it can crouch on the ground without being burned by the hot gravel. The long lashes of Lulu's eyes are double. Can act like a curtain to block the sand, not be blinded by the sand. Its ears are covered with fine hair to keep out the sand. The camel's keen sense of sight and smell enables it to easily find water sources far away, and lead neighbors lost in the desert to a lush oasis of water and grass. Camels rely on their fluffy coats to keep them warm on cold desert nights. During the hot day, the camel's body temperature can automatically adjust as the outside temperature rises, to avoid sunburn. Some scholars believe that the key to the camel's resistance to drought lies in its large stores of gelatinous fat in its hump, which can grow and shrink with temperature. In hot weather, all the fat in the hump is used up, and the hump becomes low and soft. In autumn, when the weather is cool, the hump gradually bulges up again. When camels are not eating or drinking, they rely on the oxidation of fat in the camel bees for nutrition, energy, and water. According to statistics, 1 gram of fat stored in camel bees after oxidation can produce 1.37 grams of water. So, if a camel's wasp contains about 40 kilograms of fat, it is equivalent to the camel storing more than 50 kilograms of water. Others believe the camel's liver is at work, making it particularly drought tolerant. The role of the camel's liver can make most of the urea can be recycled, so that the loss of water in the camel body is greatly reduced, and the situation of urine poisoning will not occur. In addition, there is a water sac theory in the scientific community. It is believed that the stomach of the road camel has 3 chambers. The largest one is called the rumen, and there are many muscle bands in the rumen to divide the rumen into several parts, acting as a water sac. When it was convenient, the camel could store some water in a water sac. When it was inconvenient, it could take it out and quench its thirst. The water sac theory was soon disproved by physiologists. By deconstructing it, the physiologists found that the water sac was actually too small to function as a reservoir at all, and that it wasn't really isolated from the rest of the rumen. Physiologists believe that the secret of the camel's drought tolerance lies in its ability to withstand dehydration. In the desert, a man can die of heatstroke if he loses 12% of his water, while a camel losing 25% of its body weight does not interfere with its survival and only slightly loses weight. People lose water from the blood. Once people lose water, the blood concentration will be greatly increased. The burden of the heart will be increased. The water the camel loses comes from its body fluids and tissues, not its blood, so it's not dangerous. And even if a camel is severely dehydrated, it will recover as soon as it is rehydrated. This explanation seems reasonable, but many disagree, with some arguing that the camel's excellent water retention ability is the main reason for its drought tolerance. Because camels rarely sweat, they have a stable body temperature and only sweat a little during the hottest days. Now, scientists have discovered that the air camels exhale is less humid. According to research, the camel's unique nose is the key to this system. When animals exhale, a lot of water is removed from their lungs because the temperature of the air they expel is the same as their body temperature. The air a camel exhales is cooler than body temperature. Because cold air contains much less water than hot air, camels lose 45% less water by breathing. Although many different explanations have been put forward for why camels are resistant to drought, no one seems to have come up with a theory that conquers all theories and completely explains the phenomenon.